Hello. Can everyone hear me? Is my microphone working? Sorry, I am very late. I scheduled this for 7:15 and in my brain it was 7:30. That being said, I'm here. Welcome. It's the full moon almost. It's still bright out, but eventually there'll be a full moon. At some point tonight. Soon. It's still in the sky. Anyway. Welcome. Hello. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I'm Fia. I'm an energy and spirit worker, Reiki master, and healing arts practitioner. And today I wanted to offer a live healing circle, a little bit of a transmission, maybe a little bit of a chill chat to connect with anyone who wants to join in. I want this session to be very focused on, I think especially live sessions, but all of my healing sessions are very much about collectively healing, not just us on an individual level, but also connecting with others and having positive intentions, not just for ourselves, but also for everyone else in the world. But especially during this full moon in Aquarius, I really want to focus on, or not focus, but hold the space. Pardon, this lighting. And keep glitching. I think it's focusing, but I really want to hold the space, keep the container for all of us to have the most loving, positive energies for ourselves and for everyone here. If they're joining us now during the live or anytime in the future, just to strengthen the collective energy for everyone involved. And also for the world at whole, because I think the entire world is... Okay, cool, thank you. It was just like doing this and it was bothering me, but I think that might just be on my end. Thank you, Luke. So, yes, strengthen the healing intention for the whole, basically. And when we do that, cause and effect, it helps all of us individually, because we do not exist in a vacuum, and energy is what connects all of us. We all have our own individual frequencies, but we're also all connected by a universal energy. Hopefully that makes sense. That is the intention. We are going to be pulling some cards just to help. I didn't come up with a plan for this. I wanted to be very free-flowing. And we're going to allow whatever wants to come through from us, from our higher selves, from the higher guides that exist that connect all of us, from the spirit world as a whole, whatever messages want to come through. I am not speaking well. Not terribly. I'm just like all week I've been... And that's okay. So I have the Animal Spirit deck from Kim Krans. I also have her Alchemy Oracle deck. And then I have the Wildwood Tarot that I will possibly be pulling from. I hope everyone's doing well, by the way. I hope everyone is having a good week. I hope y'all are enjoying the full moon energies. I had like big plans to clean my house, and I did a little bit of it because I've been trying to get back into a schedule of taking care of myself and taking care of my house because I haven't had a schedule that's been very supportive of my own health recently. However, and I cleaned my kitchen. I did a good job. I did like spiritual cleansing. I cleansed all my crystals. But then my cats were sleeping down here all day, and they look so cozy, so I couldn't bear to disturb them by vacuuming. So I didn't do the full spiritual cleansing like I planned on doing. That's okay. I did take a lot of naps, though. Okay. Let's see. I'm just kind of shuffling, tuning into the energy, not focusing too hard yet. I have some dragon's blood incense going right behind me, helping to set the mood. So I love this Wildwood Tarot. It's Mark Ryan and John Matthews. The only thing is I need a good case for it because this giant one, I just don't have space for it. Just tuning into, let's see. All right. Tuning into the collective for whoever is here right now and for whoever wants to watch anytime in the future. This will be a healing intention from our higher selves and from this energy of the full moon in Aquarius. However, I kind of want it to be timeless, so if you find it in the future at any point or any time over the next month, especially going into the next phase of the moon cycle up until the next full moon, hopefully it serves you then as well. So asking our higher selves, what are the healing intentions for the collective, that higher wisdom? Do we need to know? Oh, that's lovely. All right, let's see. And maybe one more card. Just quieting down the mind. If you want to tune in for your intention. There we go. You know what? I feel like cluttering this. I'm going to put it back here with the rest of my stuff. Is there a animal spirit ally who wants to show up to help support us on this full moon? This is kind of perfect I'll show you in a second. I was like, wow, this is pure Aquarian energy. Aquarian is an air sign. However, it gets very like watery and airy at the same time. I get along really well with Aquarians to a certain extent. I mean, this in the kindest way possible. Me and Aquarians are very alike, but also they frustrate me to no end because we also just we have a very different approach to how we do things. Just so there's like that aspect of like everything you say, your higher ideals, your ambitions are lovely, and I resonate with so much of it. And then just trying to like do a group project or anything with an Aquarius, I'm just like, I can't do this. I can't do this. I'm going to scream. My little Virgo heart can't go with the flow that well. So you're asking, what alchemy does the collective need to know? What alchemy is this full moon bringing us and our higher selves? Let's see. The uncreated. I love this card. Okay. Oh, this is sweet. Boom. My kitten is knocking things over. Okay. We'll ignore that for now. I don't think it's important. So the thing that made me so happy when I invited in the animal spirit deck, we got the dolphin, and look at this. It's just this like very bright, vibrant, free-spirited rainbow energy. I think this is like it's such a nice little sigh of relief in a world where I don't know about y'all, but things are stressful, to put it lightly. It's not the happiest, shiniest place right now. I think we can make it a happier, shinier place to a certain extent, but there's work to go into it. However, this is just a little. It's such powerful energy. It's, we think of light and fluffy as. No, it's light and fluffy. It's shallow. It's easy. But that's not really true. There's so much below the surface. And the things that sometimes seem the brightest, the things that sometimes seem the most colorful and easy, sometimes pack a wallop sometimes. And that's kind of what this brings. I'm going to read from the book for this one because I just enjoy her writing for these oracle cards, and I like to bring in what Kim Krans herself has to say for these. So one of these focuses for the dolphin: innately intelligent, healer, light, blessings. The gifts of the dolphin are beyond what our human minds can grasp. Dolphin personalities are often drawn to the healing arts, as they are sensitive to the subtle and enjoy working on the level of spirit. It's easy for dolphin types to underestimate the impact they make in the world. These creatures play such an important role in the wheel of karma that coming in contact with a dolphin type will change the entire course of your day, and thus your life. This card can also indicate a profound blessing is on its way. When in balance, active healer, strong spiritual practice. I thought I saw a comma. When out of balance, underestimate own power. To bring into balance like-minded spirits. And the first card we literally pulled is the Three of Cups, or the Three of Vessels, which says joy, but I think this is very much like, so also my card if I know that I pull every time I know I'm probably going to be going out later that night or seeing some friends or going to a party. Three of Cups is usually there. But it's also like, it's not just like going out drinking, even though there are cups, there's a vibe there. Drinking a beverage of any sort. Could just be a few friends going out to coffee, who knows? But it's also just very collaborative. Not quite like the Three of Pentacles where you are like building and it's very structured, which isn't bad. We need that, and it has its own beautiful energy of collaboration. But Three of Cups is this more in-flow collaboration of like-minded spirits, of those people who you can just joyfully connect with and create space with. For fun, for play, for love, for talking things out and gaining ideas, gaining inspiration from other people. I think of that as Three of Cups in a very free-flowing, collaborative, playful way. And then we have the next two cards, which I feel like are kind of going together. The Queen of Vessels and the King of Arrows. Along with this oracle card, the Uncreated, which I will also be reading from the book for. Hi, Falcon. But there is very much this energy of collaborative healing, including my cats coming in to knock things over and bump against things. Of how we can work together to bring more light, to bring more positive healing intentions, to create something beautiful in this world, and to help support others, even during times where they can't necessarily support themselves, in order to bring something beautiful into their lives. Because when we uplift others, when we're of service to others, there's a little bit of a quieting down of the ego. There's more of a larger purpose. And that not only uplifts other people's lives, but also makes us feel good. We're human. There's a reason why we feel good when we do good things for others. There's a reason why we relate to others. And for most of us, to one extent or another, barring, outliers, have at least a little bit of empathy for others because we work in these social dynamics We create these bonds. We create emotional, spiritual, physical bonds. And that's how we survive. And that's how we come up with solutions. None of us exist in a vacuum. Let me read from the book for the uncreated. You know, this also kind of came up, and I was doing a root chakra clearing earlier, getting my own energy healing. And there was this major wound that came up. And that core wound of survival. And some of it was interpersonal, a bit of my own stuff from childhood. But there was this larger feeling of, oh, I think all of us have a core wound around survival right now, regardless of who you are or where you are. Most of us kind of collectively, and the earth itself has this core survival wound. And it is never going to be fixed individually. This was just something I was getting while I was doing the session. I was getting really anxious, and then I was and my little fixer brain wanted to fix it, to fix the wound. And there's this realization, and this isn't to sound dire. In fact, this was something that seems intense, seems upsetting, it can be triggering. But the wound is the invitation. The wound isn't something that's meant to be fixed. It's meant to be transmuted, an invitation around, oh, if all of us have these fears about our core survival, that means we're not alone in it. We're not going to fix it ourselves. But we can help others. And as we help others, it leads collectively to even to the earth. The earth itself has those core survival wounds right now. The plants, the animals, humans, all over. We each individually kind of weave ourselves in this tapestry, and everything we're experiencing is what other people are experiencing. Hi, Claire V. Yes. I am so glad it's resonating right now. And I'm not saying any of this to be oh, we're powerless. That's why the dolphin is here. The dolphin's why are you doubting your own power? The dolphin is light and fluffy, but filled with these beautiful rainbows and this heart energy and this water energy, the depths of the ocean that can come to the surface. And in real life, dolphins can be a little bit scary. But that is the healing intention right now, is being open to our own wounds and being open to other people. To collectively create something that helps heal all of us. Without feeling powerless on an individual level. Because also this is receiving the healing back. Where is the uncreated? Somewhere in here. Once it gets past a certain point, I cannot read the Roman numerals, and I will admit that. There it is. The uncreated, the unconceived, the seed of the seed. There was a time when everyone you know was not yet born, when every city was yet to be named, when your favorite song was yet to be sung. Such is the energy of Increatum. This card indicates the subtle but profound force that summons all that will be into existence. The most sacred of formulas cannot be manufactured, contained, bought, or sold. It is the pure intelligence of creation pulsing at the door of reality. Its timing is precise, and it is happening now. Do not delay. Send an invitation to the uncreated. Allow it to formulate and gestate. Soon a sketch, a map, or a name will draw itself upon your mind. Envision and believe. The architecture of the future is within you. All ground is fertile. Life begets life. When this card appears, it is a potent time to create and conceive, even if you feel you are starting from scratch. Begin anyway. Desire pulls the uncreated into creation. The alchemist believes in what's to come, in answers and solutions not yet imagined, for themselves and the world. And while we have these Three of Cups, this joy, this collaboration, the getting together with friends, we also have the Queen of Cups and the King of Swords, which I think is this really good invitation. And the Queen of Cups is emotional, nurturing, more intuitive, more in flow with thinking that this is perfect, like star energy, which is also the tarot of Aquarius. That woman with like 1 foot on the earth, 1 foot in the water, pouring the vessels. She's nourishing, she's intuitive, she's in flow, but we also have this King of Swords who has a razor sharp intellect. This is emotional intelligence. This is that logic, that problem, that like delegating and being able to strategize and solve a problem. And they balance each other very well, you know. The Queen is slightly in tarot, not the most mature version of a suit. However, I feel in my brain, at least, and what I feel is that the King of Swords and the Queen of Cups kind of balance each other out more than, say, the King of Swords and the King of Cups, if that makes sense. It took me a while. I was trying to find my words there. Because there's a bit more clashing there, I feel like. Versus Queen of Cups, King of Swords. They nurture each other. There's that intuitive, creative problem solving, that emotional intelligence, that ability to relate to others, to empathize and feel what others are feeling, while still being able to find the logic and the problem solving and the strategizing to make things happen. So there's that balance. Anyway, so that being said, this is a very large healing intention for all of us, is how we on an individual level can better connect to our own healing energy, our own source of light, our own capacity and intelligence to relate to others, to problem solve, to step in the world, and help ease the barriers or the illusion of separation, of being powerless and being alone. And this is also very important, is just on a level of, most of us are programmed, taught, at least in the United States. This is very much like Western imperialist kind of vibes energy, which I'm speaking of, is that sense of like individualism, of, we're in this alone and we have to like solve every problem alone and fix the world by ourselves. And that is not how anything actually gets done. So we're energetically being able to ease the barriers in our individualism, and also just hold positive intentions for the world at large, to help ourselves feel empowered, to step in the world, to dream the dream that we want to see, to come up with solutions to complex issues, and to help make the changes happen on the micro and the macro level, if that makes sense. Because I still want us all to like individually receive this healing as well. Let me set my timer. I'm going to channel energy healing probably for 25 minutes, I think. I'm going to guide us through, possibly. I'm going intuitively here. I haven't come up with anything, but I'm feeling like there might be something I'm visualizing that might come up, and I feel like this might be a visualization for all of us to better connect to this energy. Pardon. Setting my timer. There we go. Anyway, I want to say I appreciate all of you for being here with me today. Taking a sip of my tea. I really appreciate that. I love live streaming. I haven't really had the time or energy, but it's always fun when I do manage to hop on here. So if you want to participate, as we're setting an intention for most loving and benevolent healing for ourselves, for greatest healing good, with the highest intentions for all, to also take this time to bring in the sense of gratitude. You can think of anything that brings you this sense of gratitude, anything that makes you just feel loving. Maybe it's a pet, maybe it's a place. Just visualize it or feel it in your mind's eye. And just ground it into your heart space. You don't have to come up with any solutions to a problem right now. Just know that energetically, the dream is always available to you. The ideas, the uncreated, it's always there. It's just us being able to work together to ground it and create it into existence. It's not separate from us. It is inside and outside of us at all times. If you want to picture yourself standing on a beach, it's nighttime. Cool sand, right below your feet. As you stand at the water's edge, waves gently lapping right at the edge of your toes. It's cool, but not too cold, but cool enough to be bracing, to be to offer a little bit of a sense of excitement, of sensation. Seemingly endless as you stare out into the ocean. You're barely aware of where you end and where the water begins. And gazing up at the horizon, there is a full moon, a supermoon, almost so close you can touch it. Take a deep breath in. Think of anything that's causing you pain, any kind of stress, any grief, any heartache, fears, blockages, fears for your own self, and fears for your family and your loved ones. Bring it to the surface. You don't have to keep it, just be aware of it. And exhale out. And that's the ocean as the wave reaches your feet to carry it away. It's just energy. It won't harm the ocean and it won't harm you. It will become something new. Sending a moment of gratitude to the moon, to the ocean, to any spirit guides who are showing up today who may have entered into the space to help. And just relax and settle in. And I'll continue channeling the rest. If you'd like to come back into your body, you can wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Slowly open your eyes whenever you're ready. Or if you'd like to continue drifting off, that's perfectly okay as well. Even though Sweet Pea decided to pay us a visit. Hi, Kiki. I hope you're doing well. Welcome. Just taking a moment to ground myself. I might go hang out in my yard for a while and see if I can find the moon. After spraying myself down with a lot of bug spray. Because the mosquitoes are brutal. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here with me today. That session felt lovely on my end, even though there was definitely a few intense moments. A lot of clearing, a lot of focus on guilt, on the fundamental core belief of being a bad person, and feeling a lack of emotional and moral purity, I guess, is what came through. How that might be existing as a block of some sort. And especially right at the end, a lot of focus on empowerment. Oops, pardon. Empowering energy. Anyway, I appreciate everyone that was here today who made that session so lovely and so peaceful. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. My private sessions are still open. If anyone's interested, I will link my website down below for recorded healing sessions. And yeah, I don't know. My brain is all fuzzy now, so I don't have any thoughts. That housekeeping out of the way. Thank you, everyone who is here today, everyone in my membership page. That's such a fun little way to connect with people and create even more intimately. I appreciate all of you and everyone who just comes in and hangs out and leaves nice comments. Have a good rest of your evening. Have a good rest of your full moon. I hope you get to enjoy lots of peace, lots of rest, lots of relaxation, and some lovely dreams and lovely time with friends. Good night, everyone.